How are you? Really nice to meet you.
You too.
I feel like I've done this so many years and I've never had the pleasure, so this is lovely.
Right.
You're bringing us the charm that we all know and love in this film, but weaponised in the best possible way. It just made me really glad that I don't have a basement at home, because I don't think I could have gone home afterwards. I was so tense after watching this. Did this character push you in ways that hasn't really been done before, would you say? Because we have seen you doing these more villainous kind of characters, but I feel like this is something just that little bit different.
Yeah, I hope it's different. I've played some pretty bad guys recently, but this guy's a monster. But hopefully an entertaining monster in that he believes he's fascinating and amusing.
Yeah.
I modelled him kind of on those professors or teachers you get who think they're one of the cool ones or one of the funny ones.
We all know that, yeah.
Yeah. So that gave me a chance to try and be funny at the same time as being terrifying. And I hoped that what was scary was doubly scary because it was coming out of someone who thought he was just having fun.
And I'm really glad for those little moments of light relief, because you do find yourself so tense that sometimes it actually is a nice welcome relief.
Right.
So that was great. I'm curious though, how trusting a person you are if you were in the position of those Mormon girls, because I am too trusting for my own good. Like, I know that I would end up getting into trouble because I trust until someone gives me reason not to, but then it's too late. What would you be like in that situation?
Well, the reverse. In my old age, I've become very untrusting. I think everyone's on the make and ripping me off.
There is something in that these days,
Yes.
to be fair. But obviously there's the underlying topic of religion that runs through this, and I don't want that to put anyone off because it's used in the best possible way. But is that a topic that really gets you engaged, or is there something else that for you is like, oh, I could sit here and talk for hours about that?
There's lots of things I can rabbit on about. Pet peeves, obsessions. I really hate phones and tech. I think they've ruined our life.
Yes.
But I hope in this film, all the stuff about religion, as well as being, I hope, entertainingly presented, because the guy's such a weirdo, it is in itself quite interesting, because this was very carefully researched by Scott and Brian, who wrote and directed the film. And there's stuff about Christianity in particular, and how, the basic pillars of Christianity, a saviour, born of a virgin, baptised in a river, performing miracles, resurrected from the dead, ascended into heaven, all the things you think of as essentially Christian, were there in hundreds of religions and cults for thousands of years before Christ was born. Lots of them together. In each case, it's almost like Christianity was just another iteration of these older religions.
Right, yeah.
That was very new to me, and I think genuinely fascinating.
I honestly thought you'd say, oh, when you read that script, you were like, oh, this resonates with me, because I feel like I've had that opinion, I guess, quite a bit.
Have you?
So, yeah.
Oh, well, then you're better educated than I am.
I don't know about that, but yeah, I was genuinely thinking that.
Yeah.
And is it nice for you now at this point in your career to be kind of untethered by expectation in the roles that you take? I feel like I've grown up with you doing the rom-coms and being that person, but now there's so much that I'm really enjoying, this different side.
That's nice of you.
Is it nice for you as well to not have that?
Yes, and I slightly wish I'd started this phase earlier. Or at least had it running in parallel.
Yeah.
That would have been good. And I kind of did right at the beginning. Just after we made 4 Weddings and a Funeral, I made another film with the same director, Mike Newell, called An Awfully Big Adventure, in which I was twisted, dark, weirdo theatre director with nicotine-stained fingers, very predatory. And no one watched that film. But I wish they had, because
I'm sorry.
I would have liked to have 2 careers. One, making, very enjoyable romantic comedies. I'm proud of them. I'm glad people like them and have watched them, and they've given pleasure. And they're good, most of them. But it would have been nice to have the character acting going along simultaneously.
We've got it now.
Got it now, yeah.
Yeah, and people are loving it
thank
so
you.
much. So yeah, it's been genuinely great to see this. So I'm looking forward to more of this. Thank you so much. This is genuinely great.
Thank you so much.
Hugh.
All right.
Lovely to meet you.
You too.